Hey, I don't know with what to start, to be honest, because we are building so much in this episode of Los Angeles. Anyway, today our city becomes finally a real city. Previously, it was rather just a suburb to this point. I will extend the rail network at first so we can develop a TOD around the station. Then we fill in the gap between the refinery and rail yard with a mix of mid-density commercial and residential areas to slowly start the transition towards our future downtown. In this new neighborhood you'll also find a soccer/football stadium and a university hospital complex. To start off this episode, I'll place down a new railway hub for 4 separate rail lines. As the lower tracks are below ground level, they pass through a trench with concrete quay walls on both sides. Later, I'll also add a junction where one line forms the ring closure to the already existing track in the south and the other one turns towards our future downtown. The city center will most likely not look like downtown LA, but rather be a mix between different cities, for example Boston or Seattle. I'm not quite sure yet, but it will definitely be located on the shoreline with a quite big port next to it. Let me also know what you would think of the idea to add some extra terrain heights and hills here and there, to make the whole area a bit more topographically interesting. Or is it too much terraforming and will therefore change the look of the map too much? I don't know, let me know. Now I start building the cross braces for the trench. For this I used the normal footpath bridges. To be honest, it took me forever to figure out how to get the bridges exactly flat. Then it came to me that I have to lower the ground deep enough to trigger the bridge building mechanism. I just forgot my own tips and tricks for a second. Then it worked reasonably well, but also costed me a lot of nerves. But the end result definitely looks amazing in my opinion. After that I will build a soccer stadium with 2 smaller fields next to it in front of the second train station. Lastly, I also started with building the road network for the new neighborhood.
we read
Now comes the part of the episode that brings everything to life and makes such a huge difference. I just have to finish the road layout, which is a bit gritty to be honest, but it looks simply the best with the type of buildings I wanted to choose. Because we built a huge refinery in the last episode and the other industrial area before, we had an extremely high demand for residential and also a bit of commercial. So I filled most of the blocks with the new Brooklyn and Queens content creator pack, mid-density houses. To get a smoother transition, I zoned the shopping mall's commercial area with a bit of a lower building height in between the rail yard and the residential area. But the biggest difference are making some smaller high-rises here and there. Otherwise, every single building would just have the same number of floors. For that, I mixed in some green city skyscrapers and also some of the financial district's DLC offices. Also, adding trees to the streets is game changing. Everything just looks so much better with some green in between. Oh yeah, and in the end of this chapter I will also build a university hospital complex. For that, I placed down the European Hospital, which looks much more realistic than the vanilla one, and surrounded it with some of the campus DLC buildings and parking garages. The main building of this campus I placed down somewhere outside. This one will probably have another use again as a state capital, for example.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah.
Now we build a little bus loop at first to serve the residents who don't have a short walking distance to the train stations. For that, the bus will also have stops right in front of the stations, of course. After that, I will zone the last bits of the road layout, and I also realized we have doubled the population with just one episode again. But yeah, high density zoning makes such a huge difference compared to single family homes, just like in real life. Also, that one station has 1k weekly users, which is quite good for CS conditions. If you want to check out the city by yourself, I can highly recommend checking out my Patreon page. There you'll find a save game every 5th episode and other extras as well. Thank you.
Not sure what I expected. To think you wouldn't be so reckless. just waste away. One more time is all we need. A bitter truth to face, not that innocent. We know what we did. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch, that your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Oh, it's toxic, babe. Yeah, yeah. It's toxic, babe.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and the latest save game is now up on my Patreon page. Link in the description. Also, a huge thanks to all of you who decided to support me directly. I kiss your eyes.